Um, you asked me to give you some thoughts about how Germany remains fit for the future and what will be Germany's role in Europe and what will be the European role in the world of tomorrow. So I suggest I was asked to give a speech of about 50 to 20 minutes, but unfortunately I have to leave definitely at 20 past 4 to get my next appointment, so I try to do it brief so that there is, I see you like to discuss, so that you have enough time probably to ask the questions you are interested in. So I think 2013 seems so far, and the last years as well, to be a good time and a good year for Germany. While the world is in turmoil and the storms rage around us, Israel, Palestine, Iraq, Sudan was already mentioned, but if you look to Ukraine or to Eastern Europe and other areas in the world, it's the same. But Germany at the moment, fortunately, basks in the summer sun, the frenzy of the World Cup, and in economic success. At the moment, Germany is really well off in economic terms. We have the highest level of employment we ever had in German history. Almost 43 million people are working, and we have, on the opposite side, only about an unemployment rate of 5%, the lowest unemployment rate since reunification in 1990. We therefore have the highest tax revenues in our history. Also, our social security system is working quite well at the moment, and we have even for pockets to do politics we couldn't imagine and couldn't believe a couple of years ago. We have a balanced budget on the federal level, and we are working on that on the most federal states. And we want to stop making debts, and we want to start repaying our debts. That means we are on the way in this legislative period to meet the Maastricht criteria, not only to have less debt per year, that means 3% is one of the Maastricht criteria, and that we are going to fulfill. We want to stop now to make any new debts, and we want to try to pay back our debts that we had in the crisis. The highest level of debt rate was 83% of GDP, and now we are probably this year will meet 76%, and we will go below 70% in this legislative period until 2017, and in 2020 we will be below 60% and therefore fulfill the Maastricht criteria. Germany has at the moment competitive services and products, a lot of global players in the automotive sector and the machinery sector, which are well known and successful in the world. And we have, that's our, I would say, the best stronghold. We have a variety of small and medium-sized enterprises which are very competitive and very innovative. Stefan Meyer mentioned he's coming from Bavaria. I'm coming from the state of Baden-Württemberg. For me, it's also not German the first language. For me, it's Swabian the first language, and then then German. And we have, especially in the southern states, we have very competitive small and medium-sized companies which are globalized and have export rates. In my constituency, for example, there are two you probably know, Karcher, this with the cleaning company, or Steel with the motor saws, and they have export rates of more than 80%. All over Germany, we have at the moment an export rate of over 50%, so that we are, you see, we are quite good integrated in world economy. Also, the domestic consumption is playing a key role in the growth at the moment. It's increasing, and we have a comparable high growth rate overall in Germany expected for this year and the year after and so on. So that you really can say everything is fine, and we should keep on track in Germany. But this development is neither a coincidence nor self-propelled. It is result of reforms we took in the last 10, 12 years. 10 years ago, 12 years ago, the economists wrote Germany is the sick man of Europe. Today it's the other way around. And it was hard work, reforms on the labor sector, reforms on the budget. We were balancing, or we were hard working on balancing the budget. And we did, even in the crisis, we increased our research and development. Germany today meets 3% of the GDP per year for R&D, and we try to increase it further more, and that it's compared to other European countries, we are quite good at this. But because of the saying, it's true for our nation too, who stops getting better has stopped being good. And that's what I wanted to talk a little bit and then discuss with you. I think if we want that it keeps that way, we have to do some changes in future as well. And that's always a problem. If a nation or people are too well off, they don't like changes. They don't like new ideas, they don't like new infrastructure, because they think it's everything